Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to Mercury Retrograde. Well, here we are at the third Mercury in retrograde in 2023. We have one more coming forward in December. We're past the halfway point and know that we've got this. Yeah, I know there's lots of challenges when Mercury's in retrograde. It brings in communication problems with everyone, computer problems. Many of us struggle with that learning piece. But no, there is a flip side to this coin, that there are some positive pieces. There are opportunities, possibilities that we don't always focus in on because we're so overwhelmed by those challenges. I want to look at, of course, not only the challenges and what we need to do to overcome them, but some of those opportunities that can get pushed to the wayside without notice or care. So let's look at both sides to this coin, because let's be honest, there are always two sides to every coin. Now, for my friends who've been with me for a while, you'll know that I like to use the wild unknown when we're looking at Mercury retrograde, because the more black and white things are, and yeah, sometimes there's shades of color, the better things are. To add in that lifeline of color, I do have the Chakra Wisdom Oracle, because our chakra system, yes, our throat chakra is really impacted by Mercury in retrograde, but so are the others. And it's also a system that we can rely on to help us overcome some of those challenges. So it's really a win-win thing. All right, let's look at, Mercury in retrograde for August for my friends, what they can expect during this. It's about 3 weeks of Mercury being in retrograde. And yes, I know, before I get lots of people slamming in chat, there are more planets, there's constellations in retrograde, because Chiron's in retrograde as well, right now. And that also does impact us and our experience with this Mercury in retrograde. Because there's times that it's just Mercury in retrograde, and that's all we're dealing with. We're dealing with half the solar system. It's not the first time, nor will it be the last. However, yes, there are a lot of things that are in retrograde, and lots of us are challenged in different ways. This will already take that into consideration, because we had said very clearly that it's the Mercury retrograde in August. So it will already take that compensation into account. We have the Three of Wands in retrograde, or not retrograde, yeah, in reversal. This is a card retrograde, because that's what a retrograde looks like. Retrograde means that the planet or constellation looks like it is going backwards and it's an optical illusion that it's going backwards around the orbit. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. It too is in reversal or retrograde. That said, the picture itself, hard to tell without the words. But it too is in retrograde or reversal. Yeah, but we do have the Emperor. He's standing upright. Then we have the Ten of Cups. Look at that rainbow. There's color, there's possibilities here, guys. Lots of positive cards. Like, there is no scary cards here, right? We're looking at, new opportunities here. We're looking at movement. We're looking at stability. We're looking at foundation. This is a family card. The Ten of Cups is one of the family cards. It's a celebration card. So during the 3 months, not 3 months, it'll feel like 3 months, the 3 weeks that Mercury's in retrograde, you're also going to have a few days to weeks, depending on you, to clear out this kind of retrograde energy, this heavier energy at the end. So depending on where you live, who you are, who you live with, it can depend on how long post retrograde it takes to clear out that energy. So this is for almost 3 to 4 weeks for this reading. Now, right away, we're looking at a destabilization of balance. We've got 2 cards in reversal. We've got 2 cards in upright. Balance is going to be vital for you. Without that balance, the Emperor will not stand loud and proud. We will destabilize him. You will feel destabilized. You will feel unsupported. You will feel unsure. That questioning, those swirly, whirly thoughts are going to come forward. We need to make sure we are using our tools, checking into where we're at, checking into how we're feeling. Do we feel stable? If we feel stable, fantastic, move forward. If we do not feel stable, we're not going to be able to move forward. It's going to be important that we do take time, give ourselves that permission to stabilize ourselves. Using our tools, meditation, visualization, crystals, essential oils, whatever tools you feel comfortable with. There is no right answer there, if you will. It's the answer that makes sense for you. Because Mercury in retrograde will be offering lots of opportunities for joy, celebration. It's going to offer lots of opportunities of new beginnings, especially closing out some stuff, because we've got a 10 here. 10s are all about endings and beginnings. 1s are all about those beginnings. So we do have that opportunity for some shifts. And during the reign of Mercury in retrograde, we do have something happening that we haven't had for a blue moon. And that's a blue moon. On August 30th, we have the first blue moon in, I think it's 2 or 3 years. I think, don't quote me, the last blue moon was in 2021. So this blue moon energy, it helps with releasing, it helps with manifestation, that abundance. So we do have lots of opportunities, but it's going to be up to you to check in. Take those steps forward, because we do have it in the 3 of Wands here, those movements forward, and making sure you're in control of you. If you do not feel stable, stabilize yourself. Check in, because I can tell you, knowing the energies that Mercury brings in when it comes in retrograde, and knowing how that impacts the masses, that's when we get those crazy things happening. That's when people make really bad decisions and are more reactive. Slow things down, use your third eye thinking center, because I can tell you the Emperor, he's the end all be all Vulcan who uses his head, does not make rash decisions, is very clear in his mind on what he needs to do, what he wants to do, and how he's going to go forward. He is not swayed or impacted by the village idiots. Not that the masses will be village idiots, it's just he's not impacted or swayed by people's negative choices. Those choices that will haunt and come back up because people are reactive. Instead of sitting in something that may be a little bit squeamish or uncomfortable and thinking things through, they're jumping out of it as fast as they can. And sometimes they're going from the frying pan into the fire. So we want that stability. For my crystal friends, any red or black crystal will help to really help with that grounding, connect into your root chakra. My go-to is tiger iron. It brings in elements of red and black. And this one you can see the gold. Tiger iron is a mixture of red jasper, tiger eye, and then I think it's black obsidian. It's one of the black crystals that I can never remember. Know what works for you. And if you don't know, try it out. Crystals aren't something you can usually borrow from a friend, but you can try things out. Essential oils. You might be able to borrow an essential oil or find essential oils at a good price. Many crystals can be found very conveniently in different areas. I've got lots of meditation, lots of healings that are free on this channel. So there's lots of tools that can help you stay in control of you. And that's the biggest piece. When you're in control of you, you are not reacting. You are staying very focused. You can see that rainbow amongst the sea of kind of chaotic energy. You can embrace these opportunities. Work with people, because the 10 of Cups, it is a family card. It does look at that celebration, that connection. You can ask for the help you need. Be open to the help you need and want. And what's more, take those steps forward. It's that control that you need for you, though. You can't do that with these cards in the reversal. We need to have that control. Let's look at what else is going to help you. What will help to support you in embracing that rainbow, working with the Emperor, staying in control of you, minimizing that kind of funky, chaotic energy that can come forward when Mercury is in retrograde. Because we can't control the retrograde energies. We can't control people around us. We can only control ourselves. Guilt. Yep, that's a big one. That really negatively impacts us. We carry a lot of could've, should've, would've, which really impacts and gets aggravated when something like Mercury's in retrograde. Not to mention we also have Venus in retrograde. It's that heart center piece. We need to make sure that we are dumping this. I do have a meditation with Archangel Metatron on this channel that we look at releasing that pain. This will not serve us in any way. It will actually minimize our ability to embrace those rainbows, embrace those opportunities, those possibilities, the growth, any manifestation that you want and are open to for the full blue moon. So making sure that we are mindful of that and that we're not trying to carry or add more to this, because this is very much connected. The guilt is connected into the sword energy. That's where you get the 9 and 10 of swords. You feel heavy, you feel funky. Trickery. Lots of warning here, guys. So the trickery, of course, you're looking at that reactivity, the lower vibrational self going, yeah, but look at that. We don't want that. Being honest with ourselves, where we're at, what will help, what's important, what is not helping. So if you know that you're in a situation that is not helping your anxiety, that is aggravating your anger, take that deep breath. Say, you know what, I need to stop, go to the washroom. I'll be right back. Potty breaks are amazing. Excuse yourself from the situation. Go to the bathroom. Take deep breaths. Run your hands under some water and release the funk, the heaviness, the pain, the hurt, the whatevers. Take that break that you need. It will go a long way. You're not going to react. You're not going to allow that flight or fright system to be kicked in when it's people expressing themselves poorly during Mercury retrograde. You don't want to add to the guilt. Expansion. Now, this is not expansion in ways that are bad. This is positive pieces. Like I said, there are a lot of opportunities. We can expand, and this is really important because, well, this Mercury retrograde is during Virgo. The entire 3 weeks of the actual planet being in retrograde is during the reign of Virgo. And most of us should be able to dump and shift the energies after the planet goes direct within days, a week, so that pretty much sums up Virgo. But Virgo is about knowledge, about growth, understanding. And that's another piece. Like I said, the Emperor, he's all about that control. He uses his mind. The only way he uses his mind is by expanding that knowledge. He is very much in that well, the King of Swords. Like I've said before, the everyday personification of the Emperor is the King of Swords. We have a lot of opportunity for shifting and changing here. That growth, that movement forward. Virgo can and will help us. There are many opportunities for that. Should we slow down, be present, and make sure we're not missing these rainbows? We're not missing these little nuggets that are going to help us move ourselves forward, gain that aha, opportunities, growth, you name it. And not to mention, guys, like I said, the full blue moon, hello, abundance, manifestation, yeah. And because it's a full moon, I will be doing a reading, I think it's coming out on Monday, because it is also a super blue moon, because it's going to be really loud and proud and loud and in charge. On Monday, I'll bring out that reading. But Tuesday, guys, because it happens in a blue moon, I'm doing a healing, a manifestation healing on the Tuesday. So we do want that manifestation stuff, lots of stuff coming forward. Hey, let's bring it forward. Let's manifest this, right? So that is my plan for next week. We don't want to miss these opportunities. So let's look at what further insight, wisdom, and guidance will help my friends to embrace the Emperor, the rainbow, the abundance, the movement that they need and that they want, while minimizing those challenges brought on by this planet in retrograde. Like I said, it's not just one planet. I think there's like 6, 7 of them, plus Chiron. Like it's substantial. First card, the 6 of Wands. Or no, sorry, that's the swords. The 6 of Swords. And it too has a rainbow right across the top. Talks about moving forward. No matter what guilt, heaviness we're carrying, we still need to move ourselves forward. 6s are all about balance, reminding us and highlighting that need for that balance, guys, to push ourselves to greater pastures, greener pastures. And we need that. We want that. So there's just, be aware, we're not going to get rid of all the pain, the hurt, the fear. We are going to have to carry some of it, a lot of it with us. Release what's holding you back right now, minimizing your ability to embrace the positive pieces, bringing in that movement, those new beginnings, and we can deal with the rest as you go forward in your journey. We have the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups, of course, it talks about that reflection, checking into self, lots of resistance, lots of fear around some of that piece. Know that we don't have to hyper focus in on it. This is just, it's kind of a thing that you have to do, but not to the extent that you're fearing. The 8 of Cups talks about that exploration inwards. We're talking about quick check-ins. The quick check-ins will help you right now. The deep exploration, it's not going to help. It's going to add to this. It's going to add to a lot of those swirly thoughts. And we don't need that right now. So quick check-ins will help. Big exploration, it's going to slow you down. The Father of Swords. I talked about him just a minute ago. The King of Swords, like I said earlier, everyday personification of the Emperor. Schedule things in. We hate and love schedules, those routines. They're important. And many of us have let that slide because we're in August and it's like, well, it's summertime. Why would I worry about that? Well, it can impact our ability to look at getting some of this work done. So making sure we are using our head. Checking in briefly. Where are you at? What will help right now? What do we need to do to bring you back in control of you? Because that's going to be the name of the game here. We want to make sure that you're in control of you so you can, well, make some really important choices, that you can think that solution and conclusion to the end, and you can create and manifest what you need and want. So the Father of Swords really just reinforcing we need this in our everyday aspect. And then we have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups talks about, well, focusing in on aspects and pieces that aren't serving us. 3 overturned cups. They usually have some pretty funky, yucky colors coming out of those 3 cups. And we're ignoring 2 upright cups that hold that balance, that hold those aspects and elements of fulfillment and joy in life that we're missing, that we need. Those rainbows. So it's very important that we are in control. Where are we sending our attention? Like I said a few minutes ago, what is going to help? What is not going to help? We need to, well, check into self, because the more we understand about what's happening right here and right now, it's going to help us make better decisions. It's going to help us to think things through, even when we do have that crazy chaotic energy of people being reactive, people responding poorly to Mercury in retrograde. We can't control either. It's just us that we can control. Focusing our attention on the rainbow rather than the sludginess, rather than some of the conflict and pain that we're carrying. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope that this helped you to explore Mercury in retrograde and how you can use it and this time to your advantage. How you can overcome those challenges, focusing in on those rainbows and getting some of that positive element, that movement, those beginnings, that conclusion that you're looking for. If you did like this session, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps people find me on the sea of YouTube. More importantly for you, please don't forget to subscribe. I've got a lot more content coming forward. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you're looking for some added layers of help, I've got a Ko-fi and Patreon page. I provided links below so you can go check it out. Again, I want to thank you for exploring Mercury in retrograde with me, and I wish you good luck and follow that rainbow, my friends. Until tomorrow, my friends.